Lesson learned, if you ever find a book made of human skin and its pages are inked in human blood, just leave it alone. Like, don't be like this idiot over here. So Evil Dead Rise is another entry in the Evil Dead franchise. The very first Evil Dead came out in 1981 and was written and directed by one of my favorite directors of all time, Sam Raimi. Evil Dead is arguably his baby, and without Evil Dead, we would not have modern day Sam Raimi. He and Bruce Campbell both have producer credits on this movie, but this movie is directed by Lee Cronin. But Evil Dead Rise follows this family who, after being stranded in an apartment building after a massive earthquake, they find the Book of the Dead, and of course, one of them is stupid enough to read from it. After that, evil is unleashed, and possessions and bloody gory dismemberment ensue. Guys, I was super hyped for Evil Dead Rise, and rightfully so, because oh my god, like, guys, this movie is fucking awesome. From the trailer alone, I got excited because one, I love Evil Dead, and two, I could just tell that this movie was going to be great. When a director can recapture the magic of what made a specific property amazing in the first place, then they did a really good job. This movie feels like Evil Dead, smells like Evil Dead, it has all these really familiar elements, but it also has a lot of new stuff as well. Even the camera work, there were moments in this movie where I thought Sam Raimi had stolen the camera from Lee Cronin and just started filming. You got those classic shots and camera movements that you would only see in an Evil Dead movie. It's awesome, and it just lets me know that Lee Cronin wanted to get this right. And he did. I will admit, I was worried about one thing though. I originally saw the Red Band trailer, and watching that trailer, I immediately got flashbacks to the 2013 Evil Dead. I'm not saying I hate that movie, it's good in its own right, but that movie was so bloody, violent, and brutal that it almost lingered on being torture porn. With that movie, it was like, okay guys, how much blood, gore, and fucked up imagery can we shove into this just to make the audience squirm? While this movie does have those very squirmish moments, it still feels like a very traditional Evil Dead film, instead of being just a straight up gore fest. The cheese grater, man. Whew. That really made me grit my teeth. Practical effects have always been a go for me. If you can do it practically, then do it. That's what makes the bloody, gory violence feel real and makes it look as disgusting as it is. When I can watch a scene and go, oh wow, that actually looks like that person's pulling nails out of their face right now. Holy shit. And you know, practical effects for the win. One of the bigger things I really liked about Evil Dead Rise was the cast. They all work really well together, and you really do feel for them in this situation. They just have that really good family dynamic, so when bad shit starts happening, it hits home. You feel conflicted because you have to sit there and ask yourself, okay, what would I do if this was my mom or my sister? She just called me a titty-sucking parasite, she's missing half her face, and she's threatening to eat my soul. What do I do? It's really sad and horrifying to put yourselves in the shoes of these characters, and I really think that's what's going to allow audiences to connect with these characters. And of course, this being an Evil Dead movie, you can bet your ass that not all of them make it to the end. Just saying. And this movie does come up with a pretty good excuse as to why they can't leave the apartment building. Side note, I do love that this is set in an apartment building. They managed to make it super creepy. I didn't need another cabin in the woods, so thank God on that. At first I was like, well, why don't they just leave? And then they show you and you're like, huh, well, sucks to be you guys. Have fun getting into a fight with your deadite mother, kids. I will say, Alyssa Sutherland is creepy as hell. Oh my god. Parents, I'm gonna tell you right now, do not take your kid to see this movie. It's just gonna scar him for life. Don't do it. If that face doesn't, then the blood and body dismemberment definitely will. It's weird. I have seen people online kind of complaining about all the fan service in this movie. You got the chainsaw, you got the shotgun, you even have moments and bits of dialogue that are ripped straight from the other movies. I honestly think people are just looking for something to bitch about because honestly, it didn't bother me. It's not like the fan service overshadows the plot or the story, so why does it matter? You know what, maybe I want to see the heroine pick up the chainsaw and just start cleaning house. Maybe her telling the Deadites to come get some like Ash did in Army of Darkness is just cool, and I like little nods like that. As long as it's not getting in the way of the narrative, it shouldn't matter. Haters gonna hate and people are gonna bitch. I mean, that's just inevitable. In the end, Evil Dead Rise was everything I hoped it would be. This is one of those movies I'd definitely whip out around Halloween for me and all my friends to watch. Cast was great, the practicality of this whole movie was just amazing as a whole. It's just a fun, bloody good time that respects the other movies while giving us something new and fucking awesome. Those last 10 minutes, man, I don't think I've ever seen anything like that in an Evil Dead movie. Hands down, not only is this movie good enough to be in my collection, but it's just a bloody badass gift from the gods. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching. Drop a like, leave a comment, and subscribe if you're new to the channel. And thank you guys so much for joining me on my review for Evil Dead Rise. This was one of those movies that I was really looking forward to, and I'm finally glad that I got a chance to sit down and watch it. I might have to go see it again. I enjoyed it that much. Now, I am still playing catch up, so I still have to review John Wick Chapter 4 and the Super Mario Bros. Movie. I do have the scripts for those reviews done, so I will probably go and record those videos after this. But hey, I'm doing my best here. But once again, thank you guys so much for watching. Drop a like, leave a comment, and subscribe if you're new to the channel. And as always, I'm the Unbiased Movie Nerd, saying peace, and I'll see you guys in the next review. Peace out, everybody.